Okay, so part 2 for the yarn crawl haul. I am going to show you guys what I purchased at the yarn store boutique. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because that is where I had purchased the yarn that I used to make my mom's top, which I got to finish. So that's the whole thing. Not too bad, huh, with the color? Well, we'll see. I like it. She likes it. Now we'll see what it looks like when she wears it. I'll take a picture of her. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm going to show. I bought a couple of things, and then they gave me a couple of things, which was super sweet of them. So the yarn store boutique is not too far from where I live, and I really like going there. It's really cute. It's not a house. It's not on its own. It looks like a little house when you walk in there, though, and they have grown so much since they opened up. I don't remember exactly when, but I think it's a little bit over a few years, a little bit over 3 years ago. And they have been in that same area, except they went from a tiny spot there, and then they moved to a bigger spot, and now they moved to even a bigger spot. So that's super awesome. I'm so happy for them there. They're really nice. You know, when you walk in there, they're always happy to greet you, but they leave you alone. You know, they're not like following you all over the place, trying to recommend stuff. And they're very knowledgeable. And so when I was there, it's called Blue Mule Fibers. They were there, and they were showcasing, 1, their yarns, and number 2, their wine. And I bought a bottle there, and it was so delicious. It was a peach wine, and I wish I remembered what the name of the bottle is. But you can look them up at let me show you what I bought. And I will keep the name of the website on there. If you're in Texas, if you live in Texas, actually, and you would like to go somewhere, even for like a weekend out with your husband or something like that, or a weekends away with the girlfriends, etc., this place is awesome. They are here in Texas, and they have a farm, and they have they dye their own yarns there, and they also make their own wines, and their wines are delicious. I tried most of them, and I like them all, but I like the peach one the most. Oh, I wish I would have remembered. And so look at this. They gave me this little organza bag with a sticky note and with a little tape measure. They gave me a tape measure the last time when I did go in 2019, and my daughter decided to use the scissors a couple of years ago, or last year, I believe it was, beginning of the year last year, and she decided to cut it. So I got another one. That is gonna go in my new lamp. That was it. I bought these 2, and actually, this one is called, the name of this color. Does it have a name? No, it doesn't. I thought it did. Oh, yes, it does have a name. Okay, this one is called Texas Ranger. Look how pretty it is. And this one is called Midnight Texas. And I felt that these 2 would go perfect. I don't know how. I think I'm going to make a shawl for sure with this one. I don't know. Maybe a top. We'll see. We will see. But this is so pretty. I really liked it a lot. And that was it. This is it for the yarn store boutique. This is what I got there. Store number 2. I'm going to show you guys this place because it's also not too far from where I am. And this is where I went to go pick up my ticket. Actually pick up my, you know, my little package and whatnot that had the ticket. I could have purchased a bag, and I was able to get on there when they did have the bags available, and I just sat on it too long. And then by the time I really made up my mind and said, you know what, I am gonna go. And when I did go pick the ticket up, the bag was gone. Okay, the next place I went is called Mary B. Needle Hearts. This place is super duper cute. I really like it there. It used to be a house, and it still sits on a really nice, you know, size of property. And you can tell when you find this place that once upon a time it used to be in the middle of the country, like a little country store. But now there's, you know, the city around it. Still, I love going there. The lady and her husband are so sweet. There's times that I've been there in the morning, and her husband is feeding the chickens outside. They don't have too many, but I do see that there's like 5 or 6 chickens, you know, on the property. This is the place where I was able to get the most amount of yarn and a couple of trinkets for my money, seriously. And she is so helpful. There was some yarn there that I saw that I told her, oh yeah, I found that at I found some of that at on yarn.com, and oh my goodness, don't say this, at a local yarn shop. She was like, oh, don't buy it from them. She said they buy it in the masses, and then they just sell it super duper cheap. And she said they put us out of business. And I was like, ooh, I didn't think about it that way. So I decided to buy some stuff there to support her. And I will tell you what, I saved a ton of money. This is her business card. Can you see it? I love it. She has a bee. Okay, this is what I bought there. She had a section. She had a lot of stuff, but there was a section. And you know what I like about the yarns, like your local yarn stores, that when you go in there, you're able to see a lot of brands that you normally see. Like, let's say if you go to Hobie or Hobium or let's say Webs, etc. You get to see a lot of the stuff at these different yarn stores, and you're able to look at them and feel them and see what they actually look like. That way, if you do choose to take the plunge and then invest a little bit more money in other type of fibers, then you at least know what it feels like, you know what it looks like, etc. as far as like in person. It's awesome to go to these local yarn stores because you get to see the stuff and taste, you know, yarn tasting. And so, okay, back to this. I bought a bag of this. She had a section where if anything you bought there, if you bought it in the bag, then you get a bigger discount. And so there are 8 skeins in here, little hanks, and these are so soft. Hold on a second. Okay, there are 8. There are 8 skeins. This is a number 4 medium weight. There are 98 yards of 60% cotton, 23% polyester, and 17% acrylic. It is really soft. They're recommending a size 5mm crochet hook or size 5mm knitting needles. And I can tell you that this does not look like a number 4. This is a number 4, and this Medina is a, what did they say? This one requires 3 points. One requires 3 points. Well, I don't know. One is a lot thicker than the other. Look at the sheen on this, or the shine. And I already have a blouse in mind for this one. I really do, in this exact same color. So I was able to get this 8 skeins, okay? And then I was able to get this bag. And there are 2, 4, 6 These are 50-gram balls of 100% organic cotton. And this is Mandarin. I believe this is mercerized. I don't remember. This is, sorry about that. Mandarin petite. So yes, it's 100% cotton. It's perfect for, it's so soft. It feels like perfect to make like something for a baby for this fall. Whew, all this pausing. I had to go use the restroom. Okay, so I was able to get 6 of these, right? And 8 of the others. This is so soft. I'm gonna make a little romper onesie for a little boy with this. And I also purchased 2, 4, 6, 7 of these. It's Katia Surf. And this is made of 100% acrylic microfiber. And there's 131 yards. I bought 7 of them. You know what? I bought some of this a long time ago. Back in 2019, I bought it at her store actually, and I ended up making, I've shown this shawl, the skulls one from Fiber Spider. I made a shawl with that orange, it was like an orangey color, and I used dark blue at the at the edge because I ran out of yarn. And I didn't realize at the time that this is for bathing suits, including that one. That's what happens when you buy stuff and you don't know what you're purchasing. And I'm not gonna frog it, even though I could. I'm not. Well, I could. To make a real pretty halter top with that type of yarn. Anyways, so I was able to buy 7 of these, right? And then also I purchased 1 bag with 10 of these, and it's Somerset Bristol Yarn Gallery, and it's 85% Pima cotton and 15% silk. I can only assume that it's really soft. I haven't felt it yet, but I want to make a sweater, and I figured I can make it out of this here in our weather. It would be perfect. And I was able to get this, all of this, right? And I also purchased a hook there. This Addy Premium hook. It says it's made in Germany. It's $8.40. It's a size 2.5. See that? And guess what? I love these kind of hooks that are the same size or the same gauge from here to here, and that are longer instead of them being shorter. Or for example, like even this one, the tulip one, you know what I don't like about it? That it gets thicker up here. And so when I'm crocheting, if my yarn goes up here, then maybe that's why I have a looser stitch than norm. But this one keeps my stitches a lot tighter than the hooks that have the, you know, that taper down. What they're perfect for, I can use like the 6.5 millimeter ones, etc. The bigger ones, bigger size. I love using those for blankets, etc. because I really don't care about keeping the gauge, you know, like the blanket like super stiff or tight. Okay, so I was able to get that, and this. Isn't this cute? It's a yarn bar. It smells good. And so my fingers get so dry. This is perfect because you use it, and I'm sure you guys have seen this and heard of it for, you know, eons and eons, but it was new to me. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Then I started thinking, what if I start making some of this stuff? And instead of putting it in a plastic little thingy, I can make some containers made out of resin and then put the cute little lid on top and, you know, etc., etc. And this and that. I was like, stop. because I already have a room full of ideas, and then I have a store full of ideas, remember? So I have to stop and finish doing the things that I really like to do so that I can move on to something else that I really want to do and really would like to do. This is where I'm going to end this part of the video, and then I will show you guys the other, let me see, I have 1, 2, 3. I will show you the other 3, the stuff that I got at the other 3 stores in part 3. I hope you guys are still having a great day. I really want to thank you guys for spending a little bit of time with me. And you know what? I just remembered. The reason why I started the channel in the first place, the first time, was because I really didn't talk to anyone other than my husband and text a few people. That was it. And so I did it because I was looking for like-minded people in this community that I would be able to communicate with back and forth, so I didn't feel so alone where I'm at. Not that I am, you know, I have a lot going on, busy, but I was just reading another book today. And in this book, one of the 5 things that contributes to people living a long, happy life besides diet and exercise, you know, and diet, exercise, sleep, etc., is also the connection that they have with their family, friends, etc. And so I was like, you know what? That's the reason why when I first started the channel back then, I didn't feel so pressured or so anxious, you know, or I didn't feel anxiety about making videos, because I was just doing it and I was like, zero expectations. I didn't, other than meeting new people. And so I remembered that, and I thought that I'd relay that on to you guys, because that's what I did it for. And then I started getting lost and, you know, trying to do a whole bunch of extra stuff, which I'm still doing and trying to, but that was not the reason why I started the channel. And so I needed to go back to that. So that's the reason why I don't tell you guys every Monday. I didn't tell you guys back then. Every Monday and Tuesday, it was like whenever something cool would happen that I was excited about, I would come on and say, guess what? You know, let me show you guys something. And that was during the time that my husband and I and my children, we were going through a pretty tough time. He had lost his job like over 6 months prior to me. Let me see, it had been 1, 2, 3. It had been about 6 months, 6 to 7 months since he had lost his job. And so that was my way at the time I did it also. And it was my way of using the universe and things that I was putting out there to attract things that were going to keep me still thinking positive and looking at life in a positive manner, so that we could still continue to attract positive incidents, positive outcomes in our life. And I wanted to thank you guys. I want to thank you guys for your comments, even from all of those in the past, because I started going back and reading all of them again, and it's nice. It's nice to see that there's a bunch of us out there that are like-minded. Anywho, that was it. This is the end of part 2. On to part 3.